We now find ourselves in the lower bracket for game number 3 here at Group A of the World Championship Series Europe Premier League, as our 2 Koreans wound up down here, StarDust and Patience.
That's right. So listen up, everybody. Stop looking at that second screen of yours. Get out of... Why did you start a StarCraft 2 game with only 3 minutes and 30 seconds to wait? Are you really that impatient? You know, I'm actually saying that because I've done that so many times in my past, and it stings so bad. I'm like, oh, God, I hate these breaks. I don't know how long they're going to be, and I start a game. And then the broadcast starts. I'm like, but I'm already 5 minutes into the game. And I'm like... So I know there was someone out there that did that.
I thought you were going to make a Patience joke, but...
No, I wasn't going to go that
corny.
Low,
no.
That cheesy. Talking about cheese, we're not going to see any in this game, this series. Nope.
No,
no cheese.
No cheese.
No cheese. None at all, I don't think. In Protoss vs. Protoss, I really think it's been eliminated. The gateway rushes, the cannon rushes, they're just not so common because of how people scout.
Yeah.
So no cheese Kalaris in this next one.
That's okay by me.
Just wine.
Just wine. Lovely, lovely
wine. Oh my
wine.
God, I was like, quickly. I almost said crackers. I was like, no.
Wow. Brilliant. Okay, so spawning down to the bottom right-hand corner, a guy that has really done well in terms of macro Protoss versus Protoss as of late. It is my Insanity StarDust. And up to the top left-hand corner, our blue Protoss, representing Alien Invasion, it's Patience.
Okay, so this is obviously a classic matchup in, I was going to say the European region, but
yeah,
it's a classic matchup globally, but less and less as of recent with the rise of Terrans once again. But still, I mean, we've had, I think this has to be, and I do not have the number by hand, this has to be the most played matchup in all of our region in Premier League. Has to be.
Yeah, I think so, probably.
MC, StarDust, San leading the way.
Yeah,
absolutely.
First in there now, you got some... Wellmu plays a lot of PvP in the past in our region as well.
There you go, Aliguac. Try and work that one out. I'm pretty sure it is.
Probably.
It has to be. And then Protoss versus Zerg probably followed quite closely.
Yeah, I would think so. Terran's a little represented in our region. 4GG's on the rise again.
Hey, Yoda's going to do excellently this season. Just wait and watch.
There's Yoda as well. And
look at this. Late gases from Patience, by the way. 16, StarDust has chosen the normal timing for his gases. Yeah. But Patience a little bit later, which means it will have a little bit more minerals by the time that the Cyber Core is close to finishing. You'll have actually more minerals than by the time the Gateway finishes. So, interesting. Does this mean that he's looking at maybe a double Gateway type of play? Because he has a little bit more mineral focus? Interesting to say this. And he's not grabbing both or all the probes inside the assimilators immediately either. It's a little bit of a...
staggered entry, really.
Staggered entrance.
Yeah.
Interesting opening by Patience.
And StarDust.
And you can see the gas difference to the top right there. There's like 40-50 gas in favor of StarDust. Yeah. So what does that mean? What is Patience looking to do with that extra mineral income?
Well, especially also since StarDust now has a little bit of a look around and sees that his opponent's cybernetics core is a little bit quicker than his. So he has to be, you know, quite assessing of what's going on.
I'm not too sure what exactly he's thinking, but he's decided to throw down a second gateway anyway. So usually in this, it's like, okay, this is going to allow me to take much more map control. I'm going to be a lot more active on the map. I'm not going to sit back, choose a tech choice, and hope for the best if it's going to work or not. He's going to try to take a little bit more control with this. From this point, you have a few more units out, or at least have the option to have a few more units out with double gateway. But what does he intend to follow it up with? Because right now, Patience is heavy on minerals. A second Stalker.
All right.
Where are you going with this, Patience?
But with also
Twilight.
the Mothership Core coming out that quickly, it pushed the probe away pretty nicely. The probe tried to dart back in just in case that the tech was going down near that top pylon, but it wasn't. So StarDust is completely in the dark about everything going on.
It's definitely a little bit, just by the gases, it's a little bit weird sometimes for StarDust to try to know exactly what's going on. But he's chosen to go 3 gateways here to pressure whatever could be coming his, or not really coming his way, but what is happening on the Patient side of things. He's decided to use that cheeky position once again for the probe and pylon. which seems to be a StarDust thing.
There's a probe here as well. I thought that Patience may go for a Dark Shrine, but with that probe, I think it just got spotted. No,
it was missed. Definitely missed.
So it's the blink.
So 3 gateways versus 3 gateways, but one guy's got a Twilight Council and blink. And a Mothership Core to ensure that he gets to blink. So you think about it in this way, is StarDust not about to headbutt a wall?
Yeah, I mean, he's just going to have pretty much very, very similar units, one would say, but...
Slightly less.
Yeah.
But the Mothership Core will buy enough time to rise up in the numbers and also get the blink upgrade.
Yep, this is going to be a little bit tricky.
So I'm definitely worried for Patience, not for Patience, for StarDust.
Oh, especially if it takes a fall. Oh, that Stalker's just going to die for free. StarDust, not a good start. Whoa, and he's being hyper-aggressive with this.
You fall back to the Mothership Core, Photon Overcharge.
Yeah, that pylon cannot...
look at this, it completely shut down.
Complete give up. You can't do that.
It's really weird because StarDust had chosen this based off, obviously, slight confusion, minimal information, and it just didn't work.
Yeah.
And he goes in, he knows what he's up against now, sees the blink on the way, the robo there. And unfortunately for him, Patience has a probe that sees everything. It sees both tech structures very much so later.
Patience has played this one out good.
Patience expands or fights?
I think he can expand happily with his opponent being so far back with where he's at, because StarDust doesn't have much options himself right now. He's just invested so much into the Twilight Council and Robo facility that if the Nexus goes down for Patience now, he knows 100% that he's in the lead.
That was a semi-trick question there, because I think the answer is he can do both.
Okay.
Because yes, he should expand, as you wisely said, but what's to stop him attacking?
True.
As you said, he has everything. He's got the upgrade, he has the units. StarDust is going to be at home, defending and worried. So he can kind of do both. He can move out and expand at the same time, clear the pylons, even get a little bit, pressureful to the other side of StarDust.
I mean, StarDust, he even just spotted that pylon near the watchtower now. So there has to be a little bit of worry inside him. He doesn't have an immortal or anything, does he? So he has to be very, very careful about how he moves out against the blink when he doesn't have blink himself. He has the numbers, though, so should be able to shut that push down.
Yeah, high ground shuts it down. And seeing a high amount of numbers like that and knowing that your opponent does have a Twilight Council coming in too, knowing that blink will be on the way, obviously you can get caught out if you're in the middle of the map. So the time for being active is now shut down, really, for Patience. Shouldn't be too out in the open. And he's going to fall back onto getting a Forge, if he hasn't already, fall back to get a Forge, Immortal Production. There is, if he doesn't get a Forge, a chance that he tries to go for a true base attack, but something like that is so easily scouted and easily stopped.
I mean, look at all the corners StarDust trying to cut from this point on the Robo Bay and Forge way before like any Immortals or anything.
If there was that Blink attack that I said, that sometimes you see with Blink Immortals and Gateways, I think it would kill StarDust.
Oh, yeah.
Because he just simply has a bunch of Gateway units and no protection from Immortals. Is this going to spot the Robotics Bay?
If it does,
great information gathering. Fantastic scout there from Patience. And this does show that StarDust is playing a little bit greedy here. But Patience just throws down his Robotics Bay immediately himself.
So all in all, I mean, with how StarDust has played this out, I think he's caught up well.
Yeah, it's trying to catch up,
Yeah. And Patience, just being a little bit more apprehensive about exactly what was going to be the follow-up with that hallucinated Phoenix. Eventually gets to the scouts and information, but this is going to slowly move towards the point where they're very level pegging.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? With StarCraft, I mean, there was definitely an advantage given to Patience and a slight advantage still held. But because StarDust said, all right, if you attack me, I'm probably going to die. But if you don't, then I'm going to catch up. Bit of a gamble, but it did work. And he is, as you said, trying to catch back up.
He finds the pylon over on the left-hand side, or at least is going to kill it. This Observer dies off. That's a bit annoying there for StarDust. Has to replenish that. But he would ideally like to be making Colossi.
Yeah, I'm not too sure what the plan is here from Patience. He should not be able to crack his opponent.
No. Oh, going to get a free Stalker. That's nice.
Nice macro.
And wants to get right on out of there.
1-1.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, 1-1.
Got a bit greedy in the end for a second.
Going to be very difficult to break this. So he's still building pros behind this. I think we'll see the Twilight Council start in a couple of seconds here for Patience. This shouldn't be a full-on attack. Obviously, he's on 3 gateways, but it is, putting a bit of sweat onto the forehead of StarDust.
Certainly has to be careful, and just not overextend. Really, just position himself in a good, solid defensive position. And his +1 is going to finish up just a little bit before his opponent. So he starts +2 instantly.
Yeah, but where's the Twilight Council from? I thought, as I said, it should be coming down, and I think it's missed at the moment. Oh, no, sorry, yeah, completely thinking about it.
Sorry, don't worry, man.
You got my back.
we got you.
I was thinking, yeah, because he can build the Twilight Council to get +2. That was in my brain without thinking that he'd already got it for Blink.
It's all good.
So 3 gateways, so 6 gateways coming in for Patience, and a 3rd faster for StarDust. Not been spotted yet from Patience. That's big info in this game.
I really like StarDust's position, and it's not as if he did anything fancy. He just said, well, I guess you're not going to attack me, and even if you do, I'm probably dead, so I'll just try and do...
Risk it.
Everything. Yeah, and he's doing well.
Yeah, and he's going to catch up with those gateways. So again, he takes another risk. Gets the 3rd before the 3 gateways, whereas Patience got the 3 gateways and then the 3rd. So we actually have a technical faster 3rd from StarDust again here. And this is all going unscouted from Patience that this 3rd is even down.
And if StarDust actually denies this 3rd base and then recalls out,
gets even a bigger lead.
That would... Oh, this is devastating for Patience. He was looking so good before. Oh, the blinking! Oh my God, getting that Mothership core. Perfect move. How much of this is he actually going to be able to kill? If he gets the 2 Colossi, it's Colossus for Colossus, but the Immortals as the backbone to this army for Patience.
Oh, look at the supplies. Instant plummet. So... Let's talk about gambling, children.
Wow.
So many gambling moves by StarDust, and then he got his hand caught in the cookie jar, as they say in America.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, that was nasty. And now he's in trouble. He could actually lose his 3rd now and have the same situation reversed.
And he's trying to make as many units as possible. He's getting an Archon out with this, getting a Colossus out. He needs units fast because of how much damage he took just then. There is 1 Colossus out with this at the front here for Patience. He could easily apply pressure to that 3rd base.
Beautiful move from Patience earlier, but
yeah,
StarDust in trouble now.
Really, really nice.
If he defends his 3rd, he does have the Temple Archives in, so 2 Archons is going to help, but he must not lose his 3rd.
Yeah.
So it's probably the most important thing to the game right now.
And the one advantage going before that Patience actually had was those 2 Immortals that made such a difference whilst all of that was going on. So, and they're still retained. They're still here.
Lose his 3rds. Is he going to have it killed though? He may. Yeah,
oh, Patience.
All right. I mean, it's the same risk he runs.
Yeah.
And he was not willing to take it.
Living true to his name. Gonna head back and get +3.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
looking for a better attack, a better chance, a better option that has a higher win rate that you choose it from. Because that was like 50-50.
Yeah.
And you are gambling when you try those type of moves. So he's going to be like, all right, I'll look for a better opportunity.
And that option on his side of things was a 2nd Robo facility. So double Colossus production. If StarDust does not hit quite, swiftly off the back of something, I mean, he's going to try and harass on the right-hand side whilst hitting this.
This is nice. A nice move.
Yeah.
Whole army on the left, which drags the whole army of Patience there. Then he blinks with 4 Stalkers to kill probes. Nice move.
The magic number, getting quite a few workers killed off over here.
Brilliant move, actually.
And then just blinks on out. But he's going to get pursued by this blink, so he will lose quite a few of these.
I feel that this game is telling me that StarDust just needs to be very careful of the early build order game, where a player can gain a lead or lose a lead. And the only reason he needs to be careful of this, because right now I think there's been a lot of moves and a lot of good decisions and plays from StarDust, which tell me that he is winning if they play straight up against each other.
Yeah. I mean, he's taking good precautions as well. He has cannons in his mineral lines to defend against any Dark Templar that would come along during a very long, drawn-out game in these macro situations. Again, StarDust won his championship last season off macro Protoss. This is... Zealots versus Zealots being warped in on either side, and by the looks of things, StarDust is going to get shut down. That was quite the investment, actually. Around 1,000 minerals or so.
Yeah, but I think you can waste minerals at this point.
Yeah.
If you think about the amount he's got in the bank, and as long as he's slowing his opponent down from getting towards the rate of the 200 supply, and you're using minerals to do that, not gas, I think it's okay.
And he's looking to take his 4th base as well over on this left-hand side. It will be spotted pretty quickly by these Stalkers. Or is it just out of range? I think it's just out, right?
Yeah.
It's very, very close. So. Yeah, he doesn't spot it. Sees the probe heading from down there, and he may be wondering what's going on.
So yeah, 6 Colossus to 5.
Yeah, they're going to go check.
Where, has he got the Templar Archives yet, Patience?
I think he
yes,
did.
He's not got no Archons in his army. He's got a lot of gas, so they will be added in very shortly.
Stalker's found the 4th base, but they could actually be pushed away. He could save this, which is nice.
Patience needs to get rid of that Warp Prism, and if he does, it's all him driving now, because he's got the Warp Prism.
It falls down, you're right. He has a good opportunity here to start putting the harassment on really heavily.
But it's already been spotted, so... And dealt with.
That was interesting. But for now, how many Colossi do we have? 6 versus 6. 2 on the way.
Similar armies, just 5 Archons to 0, but the amount of gas that we see from Patience, he should be adding in Archons to complete his army shortly.
Yeah.
It's the only thing that's missing.
It's like 2 Immortals don't make up for those 5 Archons, I don't think.
Yeah.
Unless they are somehow, some way, get an opportunity to focus down on the Colossi.
8 High Templar, 4 Archons, complete his army, both at 3-3, or plus 3 attack, sorry, 3-3 for both of them. Similar armies, very similar.
He's worried about him hitting this 4th, but that's not the case. He's actually going to try and hit the 3rd.
Yeah.
Sorry, natural even.
Zealots are going to try and pick off that 4th.
Yeah.
Nice pulley move by Patience.
And because he has +3, they do a whole lot of damage. Of course, if they're just going up against Zealots, it's difficult. Is he actually going to go? He's very choked up. Very choked up. Colossus Wars continue. And that is a lot more Zealots warping in to try and deny that 4th base.
Oh. Is that a High Templar? Yes.
Yes, it is. Did he get it?
No.
No.
Trying to go for the Mothership Court.
Yeah. Let's keep our eye on that.
Zealots harassing this left-hand side again.
And just an extra Zealot warp in for StarDust as well, knowing that that's bound to happen. But he doesn't have as many Zealots there as Patience does. And now they start on their armor upgrades.
Yeah,
so.
it's a good position I like that Patience is in. Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah.
All right.
You know, being able to harass one side and then keep his army on the other, it's a nice 1-2 move, which right now StarDust doesn't have active. He's got no pylons on the map or Warp Prism or anything.
Yeah, this 4th base is going to be gone with how this has all worked out. So good maneuvering by Patience overall.
Yeah, really nice dancing with his army here.
Yeah, and drawing his opponent away with a lot of gateway units up to the top right, which aren't really that useful at this point in time.
And he's going to drag his StarDust army all the way back. He has to recall back.
That's a very intelligent movement.
While all of this keeping his 4th base alive in the middle.
And he can even use those gateway units up there to actually deny their new 4th base.
All right, got to recall that now, though.
Yeah, he's overstayed his welcome.
Well, it actually dances back, so he doesn't have to recall him. Zealots on the right-hand side, there are a lot of them too. And the most important part of all of this is he's doing it while keeping a 4th base mining, which means he's banking a lot more because he's prevented StarDust from mining properly while harassing. Beautiful last 5 minutes from Patience.
Very, very nice indeed. You're right. This 4th base is a little bit vulnerable. It doesn't have a cannon there, so Dark Templars that are on the way soon for StarDust.
Whoa.
Whoa.
That was a fried Stalker.
Yeah. That's a lot of Colossi. 8 to 8. Okay, so very, very similar numbers.
Yeah, but look at the map control, everything Patience.
Yeah, he knows what's going on.
I feel like the early game was Patience, then it was StarDust catching up, StarDust, and now Patience has just really played nicely.
Yeah.
Like, really well. And now he's even getting the air upgrades now, so we'll start to see the added-in air unit shortly, too.
And it was all through maneuvering. Not like, oh, my army is better than yours. It was all through just moving around.
Yeah.
Very well done here so far by Patience.
And he's got that maneuverability still around. He's got Stalkers on the right, pylons every angle, so wherever StarDust isn't, a warping of units can be.
He needs to, I think Patience overall, though, with his army composition, needs to get rid of these 15 Zealots. I don't think they work as well as the Archons.
Just look at StarDust vision. He's in the dark. He has no idea where Patience is, and he's going to lose his 4th again.
Yeah, that just hit straight away. And we even have a little bit of harassment down at this base. He was cleaning that up, loses that 4th base. He's being starved. He is being starved. Patience is playing this great. But still, when it's maxed out army versus maxed out army, you can never be too careful. Patience's transition is what's going to win him this out because he's starving his opponent.
Oh, StarDust now. One good fight from StarDust could change this around.
Yep.
One good fight could change this around, though. And
made a lot
around this right-hand side. But Patience's army, nowhere to be found right now. Completely down south.
He can actually kill that 4th base, which is nice for
StarDust. What
StarDust.
is Patience doing? He's killing a base that doesn't exist. So
yeah,
this is better for StarDust unless Patience capitalizes on this 3rd.
He even gets a lot of the probes at that base, which is quite nice. But, okay.
I mean, StarDust is going to go for the 3rd of his opponent too, no?
Yeah, he should be able to ransack.
But does Patience recall back in time to defend his 3rd?
This
is a weird
tough one.
Scenario right now.
Weird kind of base trade. I mean, with these numbers of Colossi and Archons that you have in these compositions, do you like really want to throw caution to the wind with your opponent and actually set up in a good
and then you're going to have
angle?
4 Tempests. They're going to start firing down on this Colossus to wear down StarDust's army. So this is definitely in favor of patience.
That's true. It doesn't have any like Blink Stalkers to really get under those Tempests. It's going to be up to Archons to really deal with them.
Yeah, he's pylon blocked. He cannot really warp in Stalkers if that Cybercore goes down inside the main base too.
This is just all over the place.
And yeah, the more Colossus that get closer and closer to this main nexus of patience, they'll die.
Yeah, I really like Patience's position here with these Tempests. If he can find a good angle, chipping away at this army is the way you are going to win. And like, no way, you have 4 Tempests. You got them out just before I was able to get there. No.
Yeah.
All right.
Archons are not the anti-air you require.
No, they are not.
There are no gateways.
They don't have Blink.
I mean, there's no gate. 1 Stalker just got walked in. 1 Stalker.
Good luck, 1 Stalker. We believe in you. And there's another base down here.
It looks like StarDust is trying to take the fight to Patience before the Tempest can get the damage done.
Yeah.
So I do like the way that StarDust has addressed this with 1 good fight, and if he cleans up the army, Patience, the game ends anyway, despite there being 4 Tempests.
I mean, without the 4 Tempests there, I still think he has the better army. If you look at it, 11 Archons and 9 Colossi against the army.
It depends on position.
Of course, of course.
More so than anything here.
If you look, well, where's he going to go? Where is
he
going to go?
He knows the army's on the left, so he goes to the right.
Can't go for that.
Probe does spot it, though.
He needs to rendezvous with this army, but the Tempest still need to do work. I really do feel that, oh, well, they do find the buildings, but there's a Nexus in the middle as well. He has to, like, if he wants to go for, like, an elimination race, that would be kind of
Tempest going to get Colossus again. 1 less is 1 less.
Probes, get those instead. No, you're not doing the right job. All right, this army is...
Uh-oh.
This is coming to a head, Sean.
Yeah, Patience sees, Patience knows. StarDust guessing.
StarDust with the scouting Colossus.
4 Tempest going for it. He's just going to go for it. He's going to try and get the Colossus down. He knows the fight's imminent now. With these positions, he knows it's going to take place. So
he has to do something. And actually, he's engaging brilliantly because the Colossi are just not there with the army to start this fight for StarDust.
Tempests are so slow.
Oh, they're getting in as well. But, I mean, those Colossi, they just were not with the Archons at the same time. Patience is going to win this battle out. And then there you go. GG. Patience takes game number 1. And now the reigning WCS Europe champion is on the ropes.
Oh, yeah, lose this game, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. 1 game away from being eliminated. Very good game from Patience. And, you know, I'll take back what I said in the middle part there. I was like, wow, it kind of looks like StarDust just kind of needs to avoid the early build order wins and advantages and disadvantages.
He proved you wrong.
Good. But Patience actually had a very good later part there.
Yeah.
Nice army movement, fantastic map control, map vision and harassment, and was pulling StarDust apart, just left and right, left and right, left and right.
Everything really went Patience's way there, and he executed it brilliantly. Even the decisions at the end to just try and sneak out those Tempests because he had the economy advantage. Very, very well done overall.
All right, so that's going to set us up for a very interesting second game now. Is StarDust, the reigning champion, just going to be eliminated like that?
I think it might happen. I mean, he needs to win these 2.
In the last month or so, Gfinity played against a Muslim, and everyone's like, all right, I guess this is where the Muslim gets knocked out, and StarDust goes through and continues to advance on in that tournament, but he did get eliminated. So, you know, we can say it. Is he going to and actually mean it? Like, he actually can be eliminated now by Patience. One little, you know, it is PvP, I think, more so than Zerg vs. Zerg is one of the most volatile matchups, man.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
1 little slip up, 1 little unlucky move, 1 little unlucky build order, and you're dead. You're gone.
And then Pig Baby will be our only existing champion from Season 2 that's still in Season 3. Because
Classic gone, and StarDust potentially. That's quite a big problem here for StarDust and my insanity.
All right, well, Deadwing's going to be our next map between these 2, as StarDust has to win 2 games in a row now to keep his hopes alive going on to the round of 16. But if StarDust goes out in the round of 32, it's not just a champion that we lose, it's a guy that has been so solid throughout the time he has been in WCS.
Right.
So solid, but what's he doing? What's going on?
Well, there's one way to find out, and this is going to get into this second game and see if he is going to be eliminated or not. This is shocking, to say the least here. If he is eliminated, I'm really, well, I guess I can't really speak on behalf of either Mini Razor or Snoop, but one would imagine, considering the stats that StarDust has in WCS and the way that he's so dominant against Zerg players, that it's a good thing that he's gone.
Yeah, for them.
The Patience obviously does not have the same results as StarDust. This increases their chance if one of them does lose, or when one of them loses in that winner's game, that they can still go through in seconds.
Yeah, and if the winner's match plays out how people are anticipating it to, we start Snoop going through, potentially. Mini Razor against one of these guys. We saw Mini Razor's first series, and it was, there were tricks involved. There was a lot of variance in what he was bringing to the table. So that's the scary thing you got to go up against as well, or potentially. Anyway, let's get into this.
Yeah, you're right.
As we have game number 2 now spawning up to the top left-hand corner of Deadwing as our red Protoss. He is our current reigning champion on the verge of elimination. It is StarDust. And down to the bottom left-hand corner, the guy looking to knock him out. Our blue Protoss representing Alien Invasion. It's Patience.
Patience. I can imagine someone looking back at these VODs and wanting to watch this game because it's actually one of the best games of the entire season. They load it up and they probably just started their day, just had a coffee, and they tune in. They're like, 10 seconds in, and the first thing Apollo says is, Patience. What is wrong with this guy?
He's kind of weird.
So, hello to you in the future.
I can confirm, even off-cast, he is kind of weird. So
that's weird. A harsh way to describe the enthusiasm of a StarCraft fan.
That's fine. That's fine.
All right. So you think one of these guys rushes off one base, like a 3-gateway type of rush, or a single gas rush, a big blink all in, big map, harder to figure out exactly what your opponent's up to, so it's harder to scout, obviously, because it's 4 players and big map.
I think if someone did, it would be Patience. I don't want to say that he doesn't take solace in the fact that his macro game previously was really, really good, but he's one up against StarDust, so could quite happily throw in something a bit crazy, a bit kooky, and then just catch his opponent off guard and just win, and then advance on to the next round.
Okay.
That's my thought process.
Neither of them have chosen to be aggressive. We see Patience with the slightly later gas again. I'm quite interested in this. Again, slightly later gas, but we do see, luckily for both, more so StarDust with an earlier scout, they will see each other first, which on a big map like this, let's just say the odds of scouting your opponent first and fast isn't likely, and you're usually going to butt heads with a Mothership Core or Stalker and have no information at all.
Yeah.
But both players in this game will actually get that information, so you can take a little bit of that randomness out from playing on such a big map and not finding them out of consideration for this map. Too
true. With the cybernetics scores only just finishing up and everyone having a good look around at what's going on, StarDust has already noticed the fact that his opponent has 2 gateways worth of production ability.
Incredibly straight in the Cybercore there from Patience, right in front of the StarDust probe.
Okay, he's got to be selling a different. He's got to be selling an aggressive story, but I don't think he'll do it. If he's showing it, that's so early.
Yeah, he may just try to expand. I don't think expansion is too bad on a map like this.
Yeah.
But definitely, that's if I was StarDust probe, and I see Chrono Boost in the Cybercore, I'm like, well, okay. I mean, it doesn't scream aggression because you sometimes even throw a Chrono Boost into the Cybercore while it's being researched. But definitely something to think that it could be, or it could be a ruse. You don't know for sure.
Well, double Chrono Boost into the Stalkers now. So looking to put early pressure on with 3 Stalkers can be very, very scary as the 2 Mothership Cores are going to cross paths.
Yeah, and this, well, do they turn back? We may see an Oracle come out here from, or even a Phoenix. I mean, he's seen it now, so he may build a Phoenix. He may have had plans to build the Oracle, but if that Mothership Core kept going, could have built a Phoenix to kill it.
That would have been scary.
Anyway, 3 gateways it is for Patience.
I think Patience overall is good at reading the situation, right? And he didn't see any tech before. He saw all the gas coming in. What could he really be doing with this?
StarDust needs a robo down immediately. When you play this style, having gateway units alone isn't really enough to defend against a potential counter.
Yeah.
With all the money and resources you've thrown to a Stargate and Oracle. He needs Immortals. He needs the Mothership Core to buy him that time. The Oracle can do huge damage, but fortunately for Patience, his Mothership Core's at home, so he can vote an overcharge and defend against the Oracle.
And there's a pylon going to be going up at the top of this ramp as well, so Patience is getting pretty darn aggressive.
Oh, man.
That first overcharge was a bit
StarDust...
quick.
Yeah, I mean, he's really scared.
Yeah.
I don't think StarDust has enough time to get an Immortal out here. I'm a little bit worried.
The Mothership Core just saw the Oracle.
Oh, no, why did it leave?
Where did it go?
The Mothership Core left for Patience, which means the Oracle does all this damage.
Oh.
It was at home to prevent something like this.
Oh, that's a lot happening. And now the Stalkers, they somehow have to do something on the other side.
Yeah, exactly. There's only 3 Stalkers.
Yeah.
As much as the Oracle's done huge damage, 3 Stalkers to, what, 6, 7, 8-ish?
The way the Robo's positioned as well, how long has the Photon Overcharge got left? Because that's quite...
He's got 2 beautiful force fields, by the way. You know what they're going to do? They're going to cuddle the Immortal.
Aww. Oh, he actually tries to go for the pylon because that's the only one powering it. If he could get it before the Immortal actually pops out. Oh, wait, no, there's one at the back. What am I on about? I'm like, oh! But no, anyway, wraps around that Immortal. Whoopsie daisy. I got a bit excited there. But
look at this disaster.
Yeah.
Is this where StarDust dies? Is this where he dies? It is, right?
He's losing so many probes. He's trying to push it back.
Yeah, I mean,
more Zealots warping in, though, for Patience. That's helping out so much because he's killed off a lot of probes, but...
The Oracle StarDust. Don't forget about the Oracle StarDust.
He needs to use it again.
Defensively or aggressively. The Oracle is so important here. I mean, so is the Micro, but... Use the Oracle.
Neither of them have any economy. This is...
There's going to be another Photon Overcharge for StarDust soon. Just use the Oracle.
Yeah.
Get rid of his probes, then use the Photon Overcharge to buy yourself time to build more units.
There's the Oracle now going to work on all of those probes. There's not going to be many units actually left over here.
There's no probes for Patience. He just needs to use the Photon Overcharge.
Yeah.
And he could buy enough time.
Exactly. Oh, Mothership Core almost dies. He needs every little bit of damage he can get. There it is. There it is.
Photon Overcharge.
Phew.
Now he's got enough time to just chill. 60 seconds, buy some units. There's no probes mining. That is it. 2 Stalkers, 2 Zealots. StarDust seems to be able to hold on. He's going to have 3 force fields-ish soon, maybe. Needs another Zealot. He'll have to use the Mothership Core to fight.
Oh, yeah.
And this is close, but he should be able to hold. The Oracle can come back and fight too, remember?
Oh, there's a time warp.
Interesting.
How much is he going to be able to get done? He gets a Stalker.
Use the Oracle.
He really doesn't have much left. There you go, GG.
Whoa.
I got way too excited over nothing.
StarDust almost eliminated there. Actually almost eliminated. Yeah. Very close. If he didn't use the Oracle, if he wasn't... I mean, you are seconds away, pixels away, whatever you want away from being eliminated.
Yep.
And you're like, I can imagine he's like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. He's like, the Oracle.
It's the
answer.
And
then he uses it. And you know, he's then able to kill the probes and stop the production. But if he hadn't have used that Oracle or more units were built, the game ends.
Yeah.
StarDust was actually almost eliminated there. Very, very close. Very, very close. And he survives. We go to game 3.
Yeah, I was about to say really good crisis management, but I'm going to say crazy crisis management because all in all, that was a bit of a mess of a game here and there.
That was intense.
Yeah.
I was shaking around my chair. I was sliding in this chair. I was trying to keep calm. And, I mean, StarDust even says in there, he's like, give me some time. That was too close.
Yeah.
That was, yes, it was too close.
All right, so Nimbus is going to be our 3rd map. Nimbus.
Yeah, so this is definitely all right, how am I going to not die to Patience early? In both games, Patience has gained an advantage, quite a significant advantage in both games, but has failed to capitalize on it, unfortunately. Nimbus is an interesting map because Nimbus, you do have the... I don't know if some of you, I know you have
Nimbus?
some of you guys, I'm like addressing you, but these...
It's okay, those guys.
Some of you may not have played Nimbus. Nimbus is the one, because for me, when I first started playing the maps, I'm like, I don't know. I know the name, kind of, but I don't know which map it is. But Nimbus is the one with the easier expansion to take, or the easy expansion to take. But one thing you can note is that as a Protoss player, your Photon Overcharge covers your main Nexus, but does not cover the ramp, which means it can be breached. You cannot use that as a safety net to prevent units from getting in. And also, you can even swing around and even get towards the natural area without being hit by the Photon Overcharge. So if you try to play a greedy build or an economic build, sometimes it's more difficult to pull off because the natural area on most maps is where the Photon Overcharge goes down, and that's where you defend from. But that is not the case on this map, which means it's a lot harder to play a 2-base style. So now, if that is the case, what 1-base style do you use? Do you try to end it with your gateways? Do you go Stargate for an Oracle? You go Blink? I think Blinks seems the more reliable choice out of all.
Yeah, I think so. It can be difficult to blink up to the actual natural location. Well, I say natural location, but realistically, you're just focusing all your attention on the front anyway. So, but yeah, it's an interesting map. It's something that you don't quite often see in the map pool nowadays, especially with how the choke works at the main as well,
right,
with the rocks and those being there and causing a little bit of problems sometimes. And well, whatever. For now, these guys are almost good to go. StarDust is taking a little bit more time because he still wants to calm down.
Within the lobby, all Patience has said since getting back into this lobby after the second game is, I'm ready, I'm good luck, have fun.
Yeah.
It's like nothing else. And StarDust has said, give me some time, that was close. And he's actually not replying to the admin to go, so definitely just trying to calm yourself down, think about, more importantly, what you're going to do on this next map, because this is a big one. This is elimination for both players.
Yeah. So one of our Koreans will be going out of Group A already in series number 3 of the day, which for these guys, neither player really, I think probably both of them went in with, you know, a good degree of confidence. Yeah. Maybe less so Patience, but StarDust probably was thinking, you know, I'm sky high, I'm going to be able to get through to the round of 16, but right now it's in jeopardy.
Depending on their confidence against Snoot, whether they knew they could beat him and they didn't care, there was always going to be this PvP match. Whether they wanted to play as Snoot and think they could beat Snoot or lose versus Snoot, they were always probably going to have to play this PvP. Yeah, so I think a lot of their mental preparation would have been for this Protoss versus Protoss today. If you think of all the outcomes with knowing how good each player is against each other in this group, the probability for this PvP to happen is quite high.
Yeah, I think so.
So I think they were kind of prepared that this may be the case today. They've just played this past weekend at that ESET Masters tournament, so that is definitely a consideration because they know how each other play recently. They know how each, you know, what they prefer to use: aggression, Stargate, Twilight.
And it's not like it was a clean sweep during the ESET Masters as well. It was actually a pretty close series.
Right.
Because Patience, I mean, even in this first game, showed how strong he can be and how prepared he was going into those macro situations, which was really impressive.
Surely 2 regions, 2 champions don't go out like this.
Could happen. Could happen. Let's get into it. Game number 3, as we have, spawning up to the top left-hand corner, our red Protoss, tying the series up. It is My Insanity StarDust. And to the top right, our blue Protoss representing Alien Invasion. It is Patience.
I did like how I was getting a little bit too much into the StarDust shoes that game. Like, use the Oracle! Come on, man!
You were channeling your inner StarDust.
I mean, it was the key to victory, so it was actually hugely important. All right.
I know that feeling, though. Like, you're watching a replay or something and you're seeing a unit, like, not moving. You're like, ah!
Because then you watch the replay back and anyone, I mean, imagine if StarDust did lose that. Watch the replay back, he's like, no way. No way.
The Oracle. Oh, wow.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Alg?
Caster A.
Alg?
Who's Caster A?
Take TV.
Not me, yay.
Yay.
Get out, Caster A. All right. How's that? Hey, somebody just liked that in a second as well. Okay. No, I think we're good. I think we're good.
We are good.
Okay.
I mean, we're average, but I mean, in the game we're good.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Is it me?
No.
All right. I'm just not going to say anything.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, it wasn't you.
I'll leave anyway, just in case.
All right, so StarDust going to take his regular 2 gases just a little bit slightly faster than his opponent. As you can see again, Patience preferring to do this.
New gases. So, I mean, he gets a slight lead in terms of that mineral income, as you were mentioning before. And to be fair to Patience, I mean, these timings that he's using right now have done all right. It's not like those things have, like, lost him games at all. Not by any means. They're working out, so...
Both players... Oh, no. I say both, but he misses the probe.
Oh.
He may double back as soon as that probe enters.
Yeah, maybe.
Because if the probe came from the bottom right, then he would have crossed paths.
Exactly.
If the probe came from cross position, that is way too bloody early. But he's not second-guessing himself here.
No.
So he's just going to be like, all right, whatever, I'm just going to scout anyway.
And that really hurts on a 4-player map.
You could tell that he was top left.
Yeah,
Usually
definitely.
a lot of players would be like, all right, he's top left.
Yeah, but this hurts on a 4-player map. This really does, because now he's going to get there so late.
Yeah, he may scout cross position. Or he may scout bottom left to know that he's not there, and by process of elimination could proxy something as well.
He's going cross, I think.
Okay, well, we'll see.
Yeah. Wait, where is he going? I think he is actually going in between them. Oh, no. Okay, so he is going.
But he's not going to get out. He's getting any information. The mothership core's rushed out here.
Yeah.
So he's going to block it. So nice play from StarDust. Just, I mean, picking up on what I think that maybe Patience should have done as well.
Yeah, and overall...
yeah, he's going to block it. Mothership core blocks this, so...
Oh, Patience.
Yeah, that's annoying.
Yeah.
But you know that he's got double gases down at this point. You can't afford the mothership core at that time if you don't have a regular setup. It's just he's got no idea what the follow is. Absolutely no idea.
Yeah, so he has to prepare for pretty much everything. I mean, the Stargate is there, and it is going to be the follow-up for StarDust. And for Patience, Twilight Council is the choice.
Yeah, we saw... the mothership core was left at home last game for Patience against the Stargate play, even though he didn't know it was happening. So maybe that's left at home again this game, just by regular tendency.
Yeah.
Which means he could defend against this Oracle quite well. We should be seeing an Oracle being built, unless he's trying to catch the mothership core with a Phoenix, but it should be an Oracle.
That probe actually bought tons of time for that Stalker to not be doing anything really, just chasing around. And StarDust actually checking his natural overall to make sure nothing crazy is going on there either. I don't know why exactly he was checking there. Maybe he thought a mothership core would be flying towards him or something, but to get the scout. But that's not the case right now.
That Stalker needs to come back from the natural there for a StarDust. There are units coming across. 3 Stalkers, aggressive pylon, blink on the way. So at this point, it's a very similar scenario. Similar, not the same, because there is blink. Use the Oracle to do damage. Use the mothership core to defend, while trying to build up enough units, depending on how much the Oracle does, is actually key to success again.
Yeah.
The Oracle does a lot, but the mothership core's at home, so it shouldn't do anything.
StarDust wisely would pull this Stalker back.
Patience at home.
There we go. There's the Photon Overcharge.
Yeah, nice and fast.
As there's a Photon Overcharge over here. StarDust realized...
Second Oracle.
Is there a second one?
Yeah, not Void Ray. Usually you get a Void Ray to help defend against this type of thing.
It's rallied to the front. Maybe he thinks Dark Templars are on the way.
Well, he hasn't seen anything. So.
Yeah.
But now he knows for sure. There's too many Stalkers. And he lost one too.
Let it finish though. It's still in the mineral line over here.
Photon Overcharge is down. Time to go for the Oracle.
All right. And Probe has been did spot that flying forward. So.
Oh, another Photon Overcharge. Brilliant.
All right. Stalkers are actually moving back, so StarDust now has a lot of room.
Wait, is that the Photon Overcharge down, or is it another one?
I think that was the first Photon.
Okay, sorry.
Wasn't it?
In my brain, I didn't see. Okay, I was like, wait a minute, you shouldn't have another one now. I was a little bit confused. Okay, double Oracle, though.
That's kind of scary. Because even if there were a Stalker in there, there's no second Photon Overcharge, obviously. Even if there were a Stalker in there, it would still do quite a bit of damage. He warps in so many, though.
Will he defend? How much will he lose?
Not a whole lot, I don't think. No. Okay, I don't know if that was really worth it.
Yeah, very good defense. The probe count, 26 to 21. No, not enough.
Not at all. 2 Oracles, so that's expensive.
Now, look at the Stalker count for Patience, and look at what StarDust has. And he did not cripple the economy big enough to prevent more Stalkers from being warped in. So we'll see another round of units. 3. Oh, dearie me. You will have a mothership core and a Photon Overcharge in a second, which is nice. And it may buy enough time for a second Immortal, so...
That's good.
Maybe. This is doable, but it's definitely a little bit worrisome.
Trying to get some damage done here. He knows he can poke forwards in range of this because he has Blink to blink back those weakened Stalkers, so that's nice. That's a good start.
Needs all the chrono boost in that robotics facility. He needs the Immortals out.
Well, but he's a bit... okay, so he gets out the supply block.
This is going to be big, because StarDust is trying to go for Immortals now. 2 Immortals is good. 3 Immortals is awesome. 1 is not enough.
That's a lot of Stalkers.
Pounce.
Yeah.
As soon as Photon Overcharge is down, or maybe before, can pounce.
Got to be very, very careful.
And if he kills... I mean, a great Sentry Warp in, that is nice, because then you are building towards either Force Fields, depending on how fast he jumps in, or Guardian Shield, which is nice to deflect some of the damage from these Stalkers, but he's going to pounce, man.
Second Immortal's going to be out in just a second as that Photon Overcharge goes away. Patience was timing that out, waiting for it, and now he's poking forward.
Zealous at the front.
Few probes actually come forward with this for StarDust.
He needs another Immortal here.
That's a lot of Stalkers, 17. He could warp in a few more. Well, he did have those Zealots. Where are they?
Guardian Shield soon up. That's going to help. 3rd Immortal on its way. Oh, no, he cancelled it.
Didn't think you could get it out. Has to be careful again. The blinks continue on. If he could get those Zealots, that'd be nice, but it doesn't in the end. Still has one Force Field or so on that Sentry.
He needs another Immortal, man, I guess.
Yeah, he's whopping in Zealots.
I mean, because he's expecting the pounce. So
exactly.
He's got the Zealots here to just chop everything up.
Once they jump right on top.
So he's going to try to take the high ground now.
I like that idea, though.
Yeah.
And he almost has 2 force fields to try and block off this where he can, but here comes the fight. Time Warp on 2 of those malls, but they're not really being focused down at all. The Stalker's just trying to deal with the gateway units first. Probes come off the line for StarDust as well. He knows he's in a lot of trouble, but with the 2 Immortals still surviving.
Got a Mothership Core. StarDust is like, if I hold the ramp, I don't need a photon overcharge, so I will use this as my Oracle.
Well, yeah, so he's on the way. He's going to get a few probe kills, I guess.
For now, though. But he is losing probes in this hold every time.
And he's just trading away from this Mothership Core. I guess it's eventually going to have to recall back at some point.
Yeah, before it dies, maybe, but...
Can recall.
This is a fantastic hold from the high ground right now by StarDust.
There we go. There's the recall back.
15 probes to 20, so more force fields, more sentries coming in.
Keeping his hopes alive here to stay on in this tournament. He's catching a few Zealots as well. That's not too bad. Those Stalkers at the back aren't really doing much. There you go, GG. He didn't have high ground vision, so, I mean, what can he really do against that position being held?
Well done by StarDust, and he keeps alive. He faces elimination, and he, well, twice faces elimination there. He's able to survive. Unfortunately for Patience, he is our last place finisher. Yeah. But StarDust holds that. Very good hold from him there. Nice hold.
And a little bit sad for Patience, unfortunately. His results in the European region, aside from the championship he took recently over in Switzerland, you know, he's not quite hitting the mark that he really wants. He desires good top performances, and this isn't what he really wanted.
Patience, 2 times in the round of 32. Unfortunately, 2 times last place in the round of 32. But StarDust survives to fight another day here, another round, should I say, as he will be going into the final game of the evening and face off against the loser of the winner match, which is coming up next, and that is going to be a big game as well. It's going to be a Norwegian versus a Swedish player, so a good rivalry between the Nordic countries. Of course, Snoot versus Mini Razor.
Yeah, so join us after the break for that match, guys. One of them is advancing on to the round of 16. Will it be Snoot? Or will it be Mini Razor?